there's nothing that I have to do. I'd like to think of it as there are opportunities for sharpening the saw, for getting myself ready. But I've also lived in reaction. Many of my years were in reaction, desperate, wake up and hit the road, sometimes get a couple hours sleep, get on another plane. And, I'd forget what country I'm in, for crying out loud. So I've had seasons where I was just nose to the grindstone and there was no wellness rituals. There was nothing, just survival instinct, which was fine. And it worked and I enjoyed it. But when I can, and the more I'm creating protections around myself, I start with nothing. What I mean by that is I start with just my cup of coffee, which not everyone thinks is healthy, but I'm convinced. So I start with my coffee and nothingness. I start with nothingness, and then I move into prayer. And I have some prayer rituals, some prayer processes that I go through. I then go into meditation, guided imagery, visioning. I do what's called what's called a quantum breath, and I teach in Pure Spiritual Intelligence, quantum breathing. It's a micro meditation. I then go into a longer meditation called quantum visioning, where I'm able to go into the future and meet with a future version of myself, which sounds a little spacey for some, but to be able to envision my best possible future and have the future me thank me for working hard and doing what it takes. And so I find these things incredibly valuable. I then look at my dream life manifesto and I walk through what is my perfect life, and not with, this is an important thing, Joel. Many people, they write goals and they write visions, and then they feel the stress of not being there. Instead, what I do is I move into envisioning my perfect future with gratitude, thanking as if it already is, not hoping or fearing, but rather being thankful for it already is. And I go through that systematically. I then go through, well, it depends, but I often go through a forgiveness ritual where I make sure that I've cleaned the slate. If I've got any beef with anybody, I take care of that in my heart and in my soul. And if I have beef with myself, I forgive. So to be clean slate and reconnected to source energy, source love, God, if you will, these are the fundamentals for me. And to know who I am, why I'm here, and what I want. If I have that straightened away, I'm ready for the day.